Back now to that I-70 closure. Ahead of his address today, Governor Polis is joining us live this morning to answer a few questions. Good morning, Governor. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. I'm on my way to Glenwood Canyon as we speak, where I'll be meeting with engineers and continuing to push to get that open safely as quickly as we can.
Yeah, so this is certainly a mess for drivers. How big of a priority is this for you to get I-70 reopened?
It's really, from a transportation perspective, number one, number two, and number three. This is a critical artery. Of course, it's about Coloradans from the Front Range enjoying themselves in the mountains. It's also about residents getting to work, and it's also an important interstate trucking route. So that's really why you see the enormous focus on this. Colorado Department of Transportation crews, engineers, contractors working day and night. We had areas of the road buried by up to 15 feet of mud from the mudslides. A lot of damage to the road itself, but we are doing everything we can to get that open.
Governor Polis, you mentioned you're on your way right now. So the highway has been closed for almost 2 weeks. Why visit now?
Well, again, to meet with the engineers and make the final call. I was actually scheduled to go in on a helicopter last week, but then there was inclement weather that grounded it, also delayed some of the repairs. In fact, all of the timeline that we're looking at and getting it open could be set back if there's additional rains, because this is the burn scar from the Grizzly Creek fire. There's just very little to hold back additional mudslides if there's rain. So we'll get it open. Whether it stays open really remains in Mother Nature's hands. And then, of course, over the next year to get ready for the next wet season, there's a lot of additional work that needs to go into it to prevent and reduce the likelihood of these kinds of closures next year.
Yeah, and Governor, I know that a lot of it had to do with getting it all off the road so that you could see the damage to the road. And we were just talking about maybe opening one lane eastbound, one lane westbound once everything's kind of fixed over the next few days. Is there a plan for reopening? Do you have any idea when they might be able to open one lane?
And that's correct. It'll be one lane open each way, not on the same side. There'll literally be one from the eastbound track, one from the westbound track. That's because of a lot of erosion around the edge of the road, loss of asphalt. I'll be surveying that. We also have to get this road back to full capacity in time for winter. But it'll be a big relief to people when it does open one lane each way. In addition to the detour you indicated, Highway 70 to 9 to 40 to 13, folks can also do Cottonwood Pass, Monarch Pass, Independent Pass. If you have the vehicle to do it, the skills to do it, those are other routes. But there's nothing as quick, as efficient, as safe as Highway 70 through Glenwood Canyon. And that's why we've been pushing the engineers and CDOT to get that open as quickly as they can.
And Governor, you'd requested $116 million from the federal government. We ended up getting $12 million. Where's the rest of that funding going to come from?
Yeah, that's what we needed for this phase. So I've never seen the federal government move so fast. They got us that $12 million within a few days. That's for this reopening now. We expect, and we're optimistic, that we will get the rest. That's not for being deployed tomorrow or the next day. That's a lot of the work in the months ahead when we talk about that medium and long term. Getting back to 2 lanes both ways and then doing the kinds of improvements with retaining walls, revegetation, will hopefully enough time to take ahead of next monsoon season.
And Governor, last question for you. As an avid skier myself, I know I-70 can be such a headache. Normally, this is obviously just another headache. Do you agree the state needs to work on maybe an alternate solution for I-70 and mountain travel?
Well, we need to make Highway 70 safe. I mean, it's going to be hard to come up with something that's as efficient, as quick as Highway 70. So we've got to keep 70 open. We always want to make sure there are safe alternative routes, including putting some improvements into the Cottonwood Pass route to make that safer. But, when you're thinking about winter driving, 70 usually has the best and the safest conditions, and we need to make sure it's at full capacity and can operate safely through winter.
All right, Governor Polis, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you. Have a great day.